I don't know why I have this marked as though I've taken a judgment, but all right, you've been sworn, I think, have you not?
If not,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, I'm David Fanter. I'm standing in for Attorney Sidney Katz, and I'm familiar with the books and records they relate to this tenancy. In this case, there's been owing of $352. There's no court costs, so the balance is $352. We'd ask for a judgment for possession with a writ after 10 days if that amount remains unpaid.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days. I will on this one also, no writ with.
Sorry. Yep.
No, that's good.
In Washtenaw County Court, a landlord asks for quick judgments, then Tasha Johnson steps forward and admits she just moved from Saginaw with no car and no clue where to turn. She says every agency told her the same thing: get a job first. When she finally gets hired, Judge Cedric Simpson remembers her pain from the last hearing and says it clearly she's not going anywhere except through him.
Court does call the case of Arbor House versus Sierra Spencer.
David Fanter standing in for Attorney Sidney Katz on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hello. Your name?
Sierra Spencer.
Thank you. What is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, in this case, there's rent owing in the amount of $1,304, court costs of $175 for a total of $1,479. Ms. Spencer showed me a text from SOS that they've already approved her and mailed out a check. So I would think that the 10 days should be fine.
Are they're mailing out a check for this amount?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put it over. Or what are you gonna do? You want a judgment?
Yes.
And I think that may be what to do. Okay, so this judgment won't include March.
Okay.
You'll get it paid off in time, right? And so SOS is gonna send it over. I'll do the judgment. And that way, if I, just so that you know, the reason I would do it this way is because I don't want you coming back in March. March isn't paid and then we gotta add it, and you follow me?
Yes, sir.
That makes sense? All right. So I'll grant a judgment to the plaintiff, that's by consent, for that amount. I do have to apprise you, ma'am, that you're unrepresented by counsel. This is a judgment. You have 3 business days to think about it. If you believe that there's some legal reason, some right you didn't assert, or some confusion on your part, you would have those 3 business days to file a motion with the court.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Doesn't mean I grant it, but you have that time to think about it.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough? All right. You just want to go, don't you?
No.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Court calls the case Willow Ridge Apartments versus Taisha Johnson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Fanter standing in for Attorney Sidney Katz on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your name?
Taisha Johnson.
Thank you. All right, where are we on this?
The rent that's owed is $2,973, court costs of $175, total of $3,148. Ms. Johnson evidently has applied.
Was there $100 late fee or something? You know?
I'm not aware. Was the number $100 higher than it was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think we have other issues on this case in that she's applied for assistance through THAW,
Through where?
which I believe is called the Heat and Warmth Fund. And I'm familiar with them paying people's utilities, but evidently they also pay rental assistance. So I've never dealt with them.
The attorney says the rent balance is climbing and warns it could explode into March. The judge brings in the court liaison, pushes her to call Hawkeye Assistance immediately, and lines up the next hearing for March 13th. Then he makes a promise on the record. When he tells someone not to give up, he sticks to it because she did her part by showing up, and he calls that his miracle for the day.
Told her that she had to get a job in order for her to be considered, and that they could consider her up to $3,000. She said she got a job and she expects them to pay, but she doesn't know exactly how much they're going to pay. I asked her if she had any documentation or if she had a 539 form, and she doesn't. So we thought we would throw this one in your lap because we deal with a lot of the local agencies,
Yeah.
but I've never dealt with this one.
What do you want to tell me?
I spoke with you 10 days ago. Manpower just called me yesterday. So when I leave here, they need for me to come down there to get, turn in my ID and my social security card for the job. I was calling agencies before that, and that's what they were telling me, that I didn't have a job at that time. Like I said, I just moved here from Saginaw. So
Yeah, that's
don't
what I
know.
thought. You look different on Zoom than on Zoom.
Well, yeah, this is me.
All right.
My friend just came down and made sure I got here today. So I don't.
Your friend. Okay.
So I really don't. I've been in an apartment. I've been trying my hardest with no car or anything like that. So I don't really know how things work. I called Helping Hands. I called all the agencies that was on the thing. Yesterday, I talked to the Jewish Family
Services.
Yeah, so I had a meeting with one of them. So everybody was saying that I needed a job. So
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you call Hawk?
yes, that's what I mean. I'm sorry, sir. I said Thaw. What I say? It's Hawk. I'm sorry. That's the one.
Okay,
That's
so
why I
it's
called
not Thaw.
No, I got it
Okay.
mixed up.
Okay,
I'm
now I
sorry.
feel comfortable.
I apologize.
No,
When you was
it's
saying,
okay.
I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, no, it started with an A. So yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry about that.
No, don't apologize. How are you as compared to the last time you were here?
I feel better. I feel better.
You were lost the last time you were here, and I think you were preparing for the world to end
Yes.
on Zoom. You remember that?
Yes.
And what did I tell you?
You said you told me don't give up. And you said, we're gonna try this way. And then you said, when I come, you said, we got 2 ways, we're gonna do this. And so here I am. I didn't give up. I kept on trying. So here I am right now.
We're gonna get through this, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you got a job. You've talked to the people at Hawk, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so they were the ones that told you needed a job.
Yes, they
to
said,
do
they
this.
can't help you.
Have you gone back to them?
No, because actually I gotta go to Manpower today because I need the acceptance letter, to show proof that I have the job.
Got it. And
So-
then you're gonna talk back with
Hawk.
Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have how much is your monthly rent?
$1,299.
Okay.
Yeah, and if, Your Honor, if I remember the last time we had a conversation with Hawk, they won't even give the appointment until she has a,
Job.
right, so you called in, and so you don't have an appointment with a caseworker.
Nope.
They basically said, call back in.
I
So
just
she's
got the job.
probably 2 to 3 weeks away. And my concern is this is gonna go into March, which is gonna take the balance up to $4,500. So if you need to, so you're gonna go from here to Manpower,
Yes, sir.
and I don't know if Manpower is sufficient to get that appointment.
I already got the job. I could.
Okay, you got the-
car.
You just
check
have to
the
supply the
Yes.
information.
Then you need
I
to-
can finish
you
on
need-
my W-2s.
You need to call Hawk this afternoon, because the sooner you call in, the sooner you get an appointment.
Yes, sir.
If this were my client, I know what I would do, but it's not. Is Amy?
Amy's in.
Good afternoon. I'm good.
Good afternoon, Amy. But she's gonna have to go there, and I think I get what's happened with her. She's gotta have proof of employment, so she's gotta get that, so then she can begin that process, right?
Your Honor, if she already is employed, it's a matter of providing that proof once she's had that caseworker in front of her. Right now, we're booking for the 16th or 17th of March, so I'd recommend she call right now and at least try to get into the calendar. The proofs are really
Okay,
important for once they're in front of the caseworker.
got it. Okay, you hear that?
Yes, sir.
So do that as soon as possible. Just get on that and then you'll get that proof of employment.
Okay.
All right.
But the other thing I'm worried about is they're gonna ask her what her plan is to get it down to $3,000.
I know.
When do you start work?
Monday is training.
I get it. I get all that. But I'm gonna tell you what. One thing about me, Mr. Fantera, is when I make somebody a promise, I do everything I possibly can to stick to that promise. I told Miss Johnson, somehow I told her not to give up faith and to keep going through. And so you can let Mr. Katz know and everybody know I'm gonna stay with her. We're gonna work this through. It may take us a minute, but I think we can get there. She did her part. And so, and she's not going anywhere except through me, and I'm not moving. It's just the way it is. All right. Good. You're welcome. All right. She's here kind of all alone, just trying to do it. And I think and I don't mean to throw all your business out there, but I think if you could have seen her when she appeared via Zoom before me, she's trying to pack up. She's trying to figure out what her next move is, but she's not even sure what it is. But she's trying to tell me, and I could tell she didn't have a next move. And she just needed to, I don't know, she needed to slow down and take a breath. Right? And the cold hard reality is she didn't have to believe a thing I was telling her. She didn't have to come here today. But somehow or another, she made it here. And so I'm staying with her. We're going to work through this. She's going to at some point get that check. And somewhere along the line, they can work out some type of an agreement to let her catch up, get Hawk to get her on track. She's got a job. I have faith. And so every day I just expect a miracle. And the very fact she's standing here before me, I've seen mine for today. So I'm going to adjourn this out to March 13th, which is my next day. Okay, so 2 weeks.
3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. in person. You're more than welcome. All right. Young lady, take care.
I will.
All right. Court does call the case of Willow Ridge Apartments versus Azaria Dammer.
David Fantera, standing for attorneys Katz on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hello. How are you?
I'm
Okay.
good.
How much is owing on this?
In this case, there's rent owing in the amount of $2,573, court costs of $175 for a total of $2,748.
All right, Mr. Dammer, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Waiting on my next check. And then I do have a current household income change that I'm trying to work out, but I was gonna call home after this because they told me to call them again if I have a income change and see what they can help me with.
How much is your monthly rent?
1,600. I think it's really $1,599.
Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm. She said they were scheduling 16th, 17th. All right. Here's what I'm going to do, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be in contact with Hawk. They're going to pay at most, let's say you're approved for everything. They're going to pay $3,000 at most, right? If I let this click over into the next time, we're going to be way above that figure.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, How much is your next check? With your next check, what are you gonna be able to pay, you think?
Possibly 800.
Okay, so half of what would be your March rent.
Correct.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find no tribal issue. I'm gonna grant a judgment to the plaintiff in the amount of the 2748.
Mhm.
How I like to describe that is I'm just freezing that number.
Okay.
So this doesn't include your March,
Okay.
okay? And then, but I'm going to extend her writ date. Her writ date would normally be the 9th. I'm gonna extend it out to the 17th of March. And I'm trying to time that up with when Hawk may be giving appointments. I may be off by a few days, but I'm trying to, so what I'll need you to do is call them right away.
Okay.
See if you can get on their calendar. Let them know that it's the 2748
Mhm.
and that you've got till that the date the judge gave you was the 17th.
Okay.
Okay, and see what they can do. So this doesn't include your March rent, doesn't do any of that. But if
Right.
we can keep it right around here and they'll come through for you, then maybe that'll work out.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yes, sounds
You
good,
understand-
Judge.
Okay, and you understand what I'm doing?
Yes, I understand.
All right, yes.
Should I put under further orders that no writ will issue if payment is made or a promise to pay has been received?
No rip once a promise to pay has been received.
Okay.
All right.
Judge, can I say one more thing? I'm sorry.
Can I stop you? No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, what do you want to tell me?
The one thing I wanted to say too is the late fees, those really end up taking a toll. Because if I do the little increments, if it's not at least a band that I make a payment on, I'm technically just paying those late fees.
How much are the late fees?
Okay, in total, it could go from after a week, it's $100, but it adds up every week. So they add another 100 every week,
Whoa.
I believe, or 50.
Your Honor, what was the number 2 weeks ago?
Then the tenant reveals the late fees hit like a hammer, $50 on the 6th day, then another $100 10 days later. The judge pauses, rechecks the math, and makes a bold move. He wipes the entire February late fee and drops the judgment to $2,598. He warns the fee looks dangerously close to being unreasonable, tells the landlord to hear him loud and clear, and ends with one command: call today, no delays.
Was 2648
So it's gone up $100
in a week. Whoa.
in 2 weeks.
Well, in 2 weeks. So it's like $50 a
And are your late fee, and this isn't my client, are the late fees $1 a day or $5 a day or something like that after the initial payment?
I'm not sure.
Your Honor, why don't we just make this easy? Why don't we freeze it at the 2648?
Hang on a second. Oh, no. So
See, he's like, can't you get help?
they're assessing a $50 late fee on the 6th day of the month. And then 10 days later, $100.
Yes.
Her rent is how much? 1,600?
Well, it went up, well, exactly 100.
So is that, what's on there is that second,
What got tacked on was the second one because we were on the 13th. We're now on the 27th. So Minus the whole 150. 25.98. All right, here's what I'm gonna do, ma'am.
Mhm.
I, the best I can do in this case, I'm granting the judgment for 25.98. I'm wiping out that entire late fee for February. All right.
Thank you.
You, Mr. Fantera, however you want to describe it to him, and if he wants to talk to me directly, he can talk to me directly, but that might not be a great conversation. Let him know that that late fee, I almost consider to be near liquidated damages, which cannot be assessed. And that the late fees have to be reasonably calculated to what is the cost of rent. And you can't each month keep putting people back in the hole like this.
Right.
All right, so young lady, it's 25.98 now.
Okay.
Okay, that's the best I can do. I don't want to put it out to try to assess it any further because otherwise that rent will click on and I don't want to do that.
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
for bringing it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Okay.
Of course.
All right. Get on the phone to Hawk. Do you hear me?
Alrighty.
All right. You take care. Have a good weekend.
You too.